Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord, your one and only pre-show to the YouTube Saints. Yeah, it's been a hell of a week. By the way, just so everybody knows, the YouTube Saints are starting a half hour earlier than usual, so as soon as this is done, just pop right over to there, because that's
Yeah.
when they'll be starting.
We'll be stopping about 5 minutes earlier than we normally do.
Yeah, maybe more, depending.
Maybe.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, we got nothing much in Discord news. Katz is now a moderator, but you probably already know that. Um, Town halls are now bi-monthly. We're gonna test that out for a bit. There's not much more to it. Uh, that's about
Yeah,
it
I think,
for Discord news.
yeah. So, let's real quick, talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, the New Zealand attack.
Yeah.
We don't
Uh,
want to talk too much on this. Magog had a pretty good video on it. Honestly, we
yeah.
highly suggest it. And to show you the thumbnail, it's right here. So go ahead and
Yeah.
check that out
And
when you
then
get a
there's also
chance.
yeah, there's also a link to it in the description. It's up near the top. We also linked in the description two different charities to help the victims.
Which we will
Um,
be putting up on the screen as well. We'll start with this one, Give a Little. It's givealittle.co.nz, so it's New Zealand based. Um, Honestly, you can donate to this one. I plan on figuring out one of these to donate to after the show. I do it live, but I'm not giving you guys my information.
oh, come on.
The other one is here on the Launch Good site. It doesn't show the entire uh, icon of the main site, but again, the links to both these are in the descriptions. Um,
Yep.
we
And
may not be the most religious people here, but the equivalent of thoughts and prayers. Our hearts go out to these people. We want
yeah.
we don't like seeing people getting hurt like this. I
And keep in mind with
Yeah,
charities like this also, every little bit helps.
yeah, $5, $10. Yeah, hell, if you can afford if you can afford it, whatever you can give would be welcome. I'm sure.
yeah. I mean, not to put like too fine a point on it, but you know, this goes beyond like I I don't want to go too much into all the crap surrounding what happened, but the guy's manifesto was all over the place. He was trying to divide people. This goes beyond what you believe in. This goes beyond if you're Christian, Muslim, whatever. This is dead people with grieving families, people with hospital bills that are mounting up. Uh, they need our help. Unfortunately, it comes at a time when I'm broke as hell, so I'm probably only going to give like a couple bucks. Don't feel bad if you can't, but as Rimshee said, every little bit helps. This is bigger than your political ideology, bigger than your um, belief system, as I'm sure most of the Saints fans here know. But yeah,
Yeah.
Most
Also,
importantly,
if you can't give anything, another really good way to help is just share the link.
this
yeah,
is the most important thing to just get. Let's get them whatever we can do to help. But on top of
Yeah.
that, let's focus on the victims and not focus on those
Shitbags.
who on the shitbags or the division.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure that the families are taken care of and the victims are get the help they need and help in any way we can.
Yeah.
Let's focus
So-
on coming together and not on the division.
Yeah.
I was gonna make
Okay.
a joke there, but it would have been so poorly timed.
Well, this makes our first article might be a bad choice. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, let's skip that one for now. We'll come back to it.
Oh god.
Well, we'll do that. We'll do that at the end.
Since
Yeah.
the tension's kind of been broken, the joke I was gonna make was that I'd like to focus on coming together.
Oh.
Inappropriate, Eddie. Shut up, you're banned.
You're fine. I was
All right,
making worse jokes
let's
last
go
time,
to the
but-
second one then. Mercury, not Venus, is the closest planet to Earth. Honestly, for a second there, I thought they were talking about geography. To be honest, they still may be. It's Gizmodo. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, or benefit over the doubt, and assume they're talking about in terms of topography and makeup.
Yeah, that was like my first knee jerk was like, well, no, that's not the way that like the orbiting celestial bodies of our solar system work. But then I was like, oh no, they meant the other way.
Oh, that's what I thought. I need to change the title that I gave for it in the description now.
Yeah, I have to give them credit. I don't normally give Gizmodo a whole lot of credit, but that's a clever like knee jerky clickbait title. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. Still won't recommend because it's Gizmodo.
It could be I fucking love science. Come on.
Okay, let's get started on
Okay.
this. Because we could still be wrong, I don't know. A team of scientists just demonstrated something that might shock you. Mercury, not Venus, is the closest planet to Earth on average. The researchers presented their results this week in an article in the magazine Physics Today. They explained that our methods of calculating which planet is the closest oversimplifies the matter. But that's not all. Further, Mercury is the closest neighbor, on average, to each of the other 7 planets in the solar system, they write. Wait, what?
So it is what we thought.
Maybe it is. What the hell? Okay.
I'm confused and
Our
upset.
misconceptions about how close the planets are to one another comes from the way we usually estimate the distance to other planets. Normally, we calculate the average distance from the planet to the Sun. The Earth's average distance is 1 astronomical unit, or 1 AU. While Venus is around 0.72 AU if you subtract one from the other, you calculate the average distance from Earth to Venus as 0.28 AU, the smallest distance for any pair of planets. But a trio of researchers realized that this isn't an accurate way of calculating the distance to planets. After all, Earth spends just as much time on the opposite side of its orbit from Venus, placing it at 1.72 AU away. One must instead average the distance between every point along one planet's orbit and every point along the other planet's orbit. The researchers ran a simulation based on 2 assumptions: that the planets' orbits were approximately circular, and that their orbits weren't at an angle relative to one another. Interesting.
So a bunch of math nerds got together and made some calculations that doesn't really affect anything.
This is fucking boring. I take back everything I said before.
Okay, these math nerds went, well, actually...
And then they tipped their fedoras and scratched their neckbeards.
Yeah, I don't know.
God damn it.
I
I
don't
was
know.
really hoping that like we were gonna find out that like it would be possible to like cultivate things on another planet, but
It would
That
be,
would've been cool.
but not on Mercury, because it's too close to the sun and it is literally a fiery rock of hell. It sort of
Listen, I've
makes
seen some
sense.
movies.
It sort of makes sense. If you were getting seats to a football game, you'd prefer one near the 50-yard line rather than one of the end zones in order to see the most action. Even if you'd occasionally be much closer to the play from the end zone, to the players from the end zone. That's sort of what's
Actually-
going on here.
Actually,
Yeah, obviously this was
Actually,
written by people
let's
who
be
don't know
real.
sports ball.
let's be real. If you want to see the most action on a football field, you got to be under the bleachers with one of the cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just saying.
Not gonna get an argument from me.
At least that's what high school was like for me.
Yeah, my high school didn't have it under the bleachers, but there was a big ass field right behind the bleachers that people would just hop a wall real quick.
My high school didn't have a football field or a football team or cheerleaders.
Crappy bitch. Oof. Song's boring.
Did have women's volleyball though.
Oh, that's fine.
Sorry, Connor. I don't want to like ruin your spank bank ideas, but I was never a cheerleader.
Shame.
I went to a private school, Crab.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like remembering it. For reasons I would rather get into on Discord as opposed to live on air.
We are on Discord.
Oh, shut up, Jables. Indeed! Indeed, they found that Mercury was the planet closest to Earth for the most time on average, and to every other solar system planet. Pluto's inclined and eccentric orbit does not work with their assumptions. But it's not a planet in it. Fuck you! As defined by the International Astronomical Union. Well, they can suck a dick.
I heard they were going back on that and they were going to make it a planet again.
Yeah, and then they went back on that.
Motherfucker, I can't keep up.
Yeah, no.
Declared a planet or not?
Pluto's a planet. Fuck them. Please do not email me about this. This guy already knows.
Yeah.
You can read about the mathematical nitty-gritty at Physics Today or watch an explainer of math on YouTube. But provided there are no glaring errors in the analysis, I think it's time to say bye to Venus and welcome to our new closest neighbor, the best planet, Mercury. Okay, who the fuck wrote this? Ryan F. Mandelbaum. He's got a picture of a pigeon, and it's Science Writer as Gizmodo. I like physics and eating. In other words, he's a dude, bro, who has a passing interest in science. And
obviously
majored in
subscribes to I Fucking Love Science.
Yeah, probably. I used to subscribe to I Fucking Love Science when it actually was good.
Yeah, I used to subscribe to it too, but that's because it was just a good jumping off point on interesting science stuff.
Yeah. And then it became straight up political, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, when they started going political, I was like, what the fuck? You're supposed to not do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on, I want to see some of the comments.
Are you talking about the comments in the,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, everybody's like, well, of course it was like that. It makes sense. It has a smaller orbit. It's going to be closer to us more often.
Hopefully they didn't actually calculate the planetary positions. Planetary ephemeris files are widely available. Your tax dollars at work. But yeah, this is the most pedantic study ever. A useless conclusion, and something that could be knocked out in a couple of days by a competent graduate student. The guy with the cat.
You know, that guy just said very nicely pretty much exactly what we said, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just boring. I don't care anymore.
Cool. Let's talk about migration and people fucking. Ancient migration.
This sounds like something.
transforms
This sounds like something for modern Medusa to talk about.
I was gonna say, you know, like not in like a modern politics kind of way. I mean, like this is like ancient shit, but it's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
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 Reread the title.
So, I don't wanna. Ancient migration transformed Spain's DNA. That's right, guys, because that's how evolution and migration and species work. Oh, that's just the image. DNA evidence shows the migrants. Oh, never mind. A migration from Central Europe transformed the genetic makeup of people in Spain during the Bronze Age, a study reveals. DNA evidence shows the migrants streamed over the Pyrenees, replacing existing.
They had YouTube?
Yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty long distance to stream through back in those days too. Replacing existing male lineages across the region within a space of 400 years. It remains unclear whether violence played a role or whether male-centric social structure was more important. The result comes from the most extensive study of its kind. Researchers reconstructed the population history of Iberia, modern Spain, Portugal, Gibraltar, and Andorra over 8,000 years, the biggest slice of time tackled by a single ancient DNA study. The region has been a crossroads for different cultures over time. Their study is published in Science Journal. Good place to publish something about science.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there in the name. I would hope so.
Yeah. I actually don't know how respectable that journal is, but I'm assuming it is if they got to keep the name Science Journal. They extracted and analyzed DNA from 403 Iberians who lived between 6000 BC and AD 1600. I thought we were doing CE and BCE nowadays.
Who the fuck knows?
Okay. The Bronze Age migrants traced some of their ancestry to Neolithic, Stone Age farmers found throughout Europe, including Spain, while the rest of their genetic makeup was like that of people living at the time on the Russian steppe. This steppe ancestry was introduced to Europe by nomadic herders who migrated west from Asia and the eastern fringes of Europe. Ancient Britons replaced by newcomers. Ooh. Stone Age Christ. Oh, that's right. BBC is one of those websites. Stone Age Crisis. One of the triggers may have been a crisis that caused population numbers to plunge in Europe towards the end of the Neolithic period, which preceded the Bronze Age. Recent studies suggest plague might have played a role.
Shocker.
Vaccinate your kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
As the steppe people moved west, they picked up elements of culture from people they mixed with along the way. In Central Europe, one such mixed culture known as the Bell Beaker tradition formed. The Beakers and their descendants may have established highly stratified, unequal, societies in Europe, including Iberia, where they start turning up from 2500 BC. The researchers looked at the Y chromosome, a package of DNA passed down more or less unchanging from father to son. It can be used to track male line inheritance. By about 2000 BC, local Y chromosome lineages had been eliminated from the Iberian gene pool in favor of those carried by the newcomers. Huh. When the team analyzed DNA from across the genome, the full complement of genetic material found in the nuclei of cells, they found that later Iberians traced 40% of their ancestry to the new population.
Would you say that the local Y chromosome of the Iberian Peninsula at the time was just a recipe for beta males then?
Yeah. That's actually exactly what this article's saying.
Yeah, just not in so many words.
Fairly spicy take, Rimshee. Fairly spicy.
Beta.
Beta!
Beta.
Beetle!
Good old Jesse. It's amazing.
Simply amazing.
Amazing. Why does that dude sound like he always has, like, shit in his mouth? His voice annoys the shit out of me, sorry. I had to get that out.
Who exactly? Jesse Smollett?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Jesse Smollett. Oh my god.
Who the fuck's Jesse Lee Smollett?
Please tell me that. Please tell me Jesse Smollett has a YouTube channel.
Who's Jesse Lee Peterson?
Wait. You really don't know?
Maybe.
Oh my god. Jesse Lee Peterson is a black guy that doesn't like black people. And thinks that they should all be enslaved again, essentially. It's a long story. The Jesse Lee Peterson story is very long.
I'm looking him up. He's an American media personality. He looks like a white guy with dark skin.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Honestly, it looks like someone photoshopped his head onto his body.
Yeah. You should listen to the sound of his voice. It's fucking annoying as hell.
No, none of this praising the white man, Connor. Poor timing. We do not praise the white man.
He's the dude that, he had a debate or discussion with, Destiny. And for a good few minutes, he was just asking Destiny, do you love black people? 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 And Destiny's just like, so, some of them, sure, yeah. Black friends. They're pretty cool. Like,
as a white person, don't ever say I have black friends. It immediately destroys all of your credibility.
Well, as a white person, can I say I'm a black person? Because I am.
As a white person, you can do whatever you want. That's what white privilege is.
hey, Rimshee took a DNA test. He's more black than Elizabeth Warren is Native American, so I think he can call it.
Not joking. That is sadly not a joke.
That's why it's funny. 'Cause some of the best comedy is based in truth. Okay. I know Jacqueline and Glenn was on Jesse's show. I know some black guy's been on Jesse's show too.
I haven't watched Jacqueline Glenn in so long.
I know. She's just doing the whole vlog thing at this point. She got away from atheist content all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that.
God damn it, Addie.
Watermelon.
What? What?
Watermelon.
I may or may not like watermelon. I refuse to comment.
Like it's gonna be like a huge fucking like ding on your character. Local white man likes watermelon.
I'm black.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will tell you this. I'm not a huge.
Went over this.
I'm not a huge fan of chicken. Although fried chicken is pretty fucking delicious.
That's the fucking thing. That's the one you're supposed to like.
All right. So while we're living in Fantasyland,
what do you mean Fantasyland?
Rimshee's black.
I will show you. I will show you my results.
Rimshee's black. I'm a woman, and Jables is straight. Okay.
Yeah.
I will post in live show right now my results if I can find them. Oh god, I have to. Fuck it. I'll pull it. I need to take a new picture of those or a screen cap of those anyway.
Okay.
So keep reading, Eddie. Be ready to eat those fried words.
Okay.
I don't know how the progressive stack works anymore, Crab. So, it might be. But if Rimshee accuses Addie of a hate crime, he might be accused of a hate crime just for the accusation against somebody else.
Yeah, who knows? I could be considered passive.
Nowadays.
Well, let's be honest. No matter what happens, if Rimshee really is black, he's going to lose in court anyway.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair.
Let's be real.
Or at least a harsher sentence than I would get.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, we try to avoid politics on this show. I'm going to keep going.
As if we take them seriously when we do run into them.
Okay, you don't need to see all the rest of that, so...
I think I'm missing an article or two, by the way, Rimshee. I just wanted to let you know.
Alright.
Patterns of Inheritance. Co-author Inigo Alaid from Harvard Medical School, U.S. said, "It would be a mistake to jump to the conclusion that Iberian men were killed or forcibly displaced," he added. "The archaeological record gives no clear evidence of a burst of violence in this period. Instead, the high social status of male newcomers may have been linked to greater reproductive success. Their male descendants would have inherited the wealth and social status, and themselves also had much higher reproductive success."
Where the hell did those links go? Like, now I'm trying to find those links and I can't find them.
Okay. Oh, crap.
But I see which ones you're missing. Once we get to them, I'll share them.
Yeah.
Or the other option is I'll just do this, and you guys won't be able to see this article for a little bit because I'm gonna do stuff behind the scenes, and you won't be able to see, but you can hear me, and that's nice. But it's not gonna make much of a difference. Because...
you keep talking, or I can read the article while you're doing all this stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ. Now I lost my place again. Damn it.
Good.
A system that emphasized male power and inheritance could have been key. A patrilineal and possibly patriarchal social structure would further amplify the observed patterns, as possibly only the firstborn son would inherit the clan's properties, whereas the other sons would move out and try to establish their own clans, further spreading their Y lineages over new territories, he said. An even more extreme pattern of replacement occurred at much the same time in Britain, where Beakers replaced 90% of the overall ancestry, and that was there before that was there before they arrived. Cool. You're all a bunch of Beakers. That sounds like a derogatory term when you say it that way.
Larry, you think you got it bad. I'm a host on the kind of fucking along for the ride. Making snarky commentary as I can. I guess that's the draw of having me on?
Yeah, that's what you're here
for. He's sexy.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
You mean people don't like me because of my snark?
You're purely here for the sex appeal.
Yeah.
Alright, I need to talk to you guys after the show about what I'm gonna do. No, seriously. I've got an idea for like this background we got going on, and I think you're gonna like it. I don't want to spoil anything live right now, but...
Oh, sweet. So just give him a teaser. Alright.
Or don't. That could be better for us.
Alright. All I'm going to say is, you know how, like, you guys normally have, like, the two of you at the desk and, like, your icons are the heads?
Yeah, you can tell us after.
Okay.
Yeah. Please tell us after. Cause, yeah, let's... This could go so many fucking different ways.
Yeah, fair enough.
So good.
At least in the east and southeast, we can see a change in the settlement patterns, which lasts until the arrival of the Romans, said co-author Dr. Carlos Lalueza Fox from the University of Barcelona. In this region, the Iron Age Iberian culture established fortified settlements on high ground. The Iberians lived in hill settlements and were a violent society structured along tribal lines. Something clearly changes the social structure that existed in the late Neolithic. Okay.
Yeah, they started letting women get jobs.
Maybe.
You know, I really think that's what hurt the economy. Looking at human remains from an earlier period, the study found that Stone Age hunter-gatherers who traced a significant percentage of their ancestry to some of Europe's earliest settlers survived in southern Spain until the spread of farming 6,000 years ago. The team also studied genome data from the Moorish Spain,
Oh god, not the Moors.
711 to 1492, when parts of the peninsula were under the control of Muslim emirs of northern Africa. Are we going to get into the Crusades right now?
For anyone that didn't catch that, if anyone follows a donut operator, you'll know why I went, oh no, not the Moors. Moorish people in modern times, dear lord, if you've ever heard of a sovereign citizen, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah. North African influence was present in Iberia from at least the Bronze Age, but researchers found a dramatic shift in the genetic makeup of people from Moorish-controlled regions after the medieval Reconquista.
There's your proof,
When
Eddie.
Christian armies seized back control of the peninsula. The conquerors expelled many Muslims, although some were allowed to stay if they converted to Christianity.
We never should have
Well,
given
many
them the
more.
vote.
Motherfucker. My headphones just disconnected for some stupid reason. Can somebody pick this up?
People can still hear you, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to hear you, and every time you guys talk, it's going to start echoing through.
Gotcha. Fix your headset. Where'd you leave off?
Faces from Iberia's past.
Alright. Severed heads. People from the Iron Age Iberian civilization of Spain's east coast generally cremated their dead. The cremation process prevented scientists from extracting DNA from these remains, while the culture was responsible for great works of art, such as the Dama el Eche sculpture. I hope that was pronounced... Well, I don't actually care. The Iberians also had a violent side. They hammered large nails through the severed heads of enemies killed in combat, and exhibited them in public spaces as war trophies. Some 40 such heads were found in the Iberian settlement of Ulastret, allowing scientists to analyze DNA from them. African ancestors. 2 burials in the study were revealed to have high levels of black African ancestry. Both of the individuals were from Granada in southwest Spain.
Rimshee, I don't want to cut you off, but I'm
you
laughing
do.
my ass off over here because I honestly thought you were about to say that 2 of the grave sites they checked had high levels of melanin.
That's the next sentence.
Oh no! They were highly melanated grave sites. They were so woke.
Where the last Muslim emirate held out until it was conquered by Christians in 1492. Total melanin levels. One of the people came from a 10th century cemetery where bodies were buried in the Islamic tradition, oriented in the direction of Mecca. The other individual is from the 16th century. After the Christian conquest of Granada, they were thought to be from the Morsko community, former Muslims who converted to Christianity, only to be expelled from Spain later on. This just goes to show religion is bad. It will send you away. Jables, have you fixed your headset yet?
Oh, yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt you reading.
You can read this last paragraph.
You were doing such a good job sinking the ship on your own. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. Germanic migrants, that one?
Yeah.
After the fall of the Roman
Germany
Empire,
on them further conquests into the further world. Yeah, it wasn't the Third Reich that started it.
Yeah.
Did somebody say German? All right.
I want to kiss you where it stinks, and I don't mean Cleveland.
You can kiss my feet, that's fine. After the fall of the Roman Empire, wandering tribes from northern and eastern Europe streamed into Iberia. The Visigoths, who spoke a language related to Swedish, German, and English, assumed control of the region. They founded the Spanish monarchy that continues today and introduced laws that formed the basis of those used by later Christian kingdoms. Burials from Pla del Horta and I don't know Spanish. In northeastern Spain include a mother and daughter of a Visigothic origin. Their genomes suggest they had recent ancestry from Eastern Europe, while DNA from the cell's batteries, or mitochondria, you can just say mitochondria, you don't have to refer them to batteries. We know that they're the powerhouse of the cell. We get it. Which is
you can explain it after you say mitochondria, as in the powerhouse of the cell, but saying the cell's batteries is like jerking off into a sock and saying you got a girl pregnant.
I don't understand, but okay.
I don't think that analogy actually goes through, but I think I know what you meant.
Yeah,
anyways,
I was using the shit analogy as an analogy for saying the cell's batteries are mitochondria. It's bullshit. Fix your shit. Don't be a dumbass. Shut the fuck up, Paul.
Yeah. Plus, there was like a 2-year period where mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell was a meme for like 2 years straight. We get it. We're on the internet already.
The internet is a thing.
Yeah. Which is past more or less and changing from mother to children is of a type associated with East Asian populations. It's a sign of the genetic complexity of the Eastern Steppe region where the roots lay. Lay your roots.
Lay your roots. So, alpha males took over the world a long time ago. We are all descendants of alpha males, apparently.
Oh wow,
Well,
we have
like,
fallen so far.
Fallen down that genetic tree. If we arrived at me after,
We have fallen down that genetic tree so far and hit every fucking branch on the way. Am I wrong?
yes, Larry, we all come from Chads.
Yeah.
We are
That's
Chad.
why you got the Chad.
We are
And the
Chad, son.
No, I figured it out. We were all Chads once, but while they were hunting and gathering, we were studying the blade. And that's how we got here. By the way, check Wang's new video today. That's a reference.
Yeah, I'll check his
Maybe.
video. I didn't know he released a video today. I think I got unsubscribed. Thanks, YouTube. By the way, click like and subscribe, and the bell.
Speaking of which, coincidentally, has Rucka posted anything lately?
Are you talking about his Reacts channel or songs?
Songs.
I think he just released a new song either earlier this week or last week.
I probably got unsubscribed. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, it's a parody of a Miley. It's a parody of a Miley Cyrus song. It's
Guys,
about
remember
cops
that
raping
meme?
people.
That was a meme from like a few years ago when Obama was president. This is a pretty good meme moves everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Memes from when Obama was president? I don't think I was fully back on the internet yet.
Anyway.
I spent like 2011 through 2015 off the internet.
Apparently I am subscribed, but I did not see this, you piece of shit fucking YouTube.
The bell.
I hit the bell.
Be that a reminder to all of you guys.
Hit the bell.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell.
And if we have a special show of the type that we're planning on having, we will let you know on the show beforehand.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
that
dear
one
Lord,
is
I hope
going
that
to be
happens.
planned. That one is going to be planned.
I
But-
can't wait for that one. I'm going to have so much alcohol on hand.
In him or
Yeah.
in you?
On hand, but... in
Oh,
me.
okay, I misheard. Gotcha! You're gonna be a drunk.
Oh, God.
I can't
I'm
blame
only...
you. I'm gonna have
only
some
gonna get
beautiful...
worse as the show goes on.
I may
It's
actually
gonna be
break out
hilarious.
my good scotch for this.
Oh, God. Now I'm getting performance anxiety.
Well,
You
that's
guys
what
are not
happens
gonna-
when you put a camera in front of you naked.
Whoa, hey. No, that I don't have a problem with. That's easy. That's, like, natural to me. But no, like, seriously, guys.
Pixar, it didn't
this-
happen.
This is going... I posted the fucking pictures in NSFW. How many fucking times do I have to repost them? But no, guys,
Every day.
if this works out, you guys are going to want to watch this. It's either going to be absolutely fucking hilarious or the cringiest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's to the
Either
point...
way,
It's to the point when I was on midweek this past week, and we mentioned it. I mentioned it when shilling the pre-show. Jeff was like, I can't wait to watch this.
I really hope I do Jeff out on this.
We all do. Hell, we may even accept questions from the viewers.
I think we should do that. I think it should be like an open format kind of thing. Where, like,
Well, we'll pick
do
the
this,
questions. We'll pick the questions so that they're not just meme questions.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah.
You guys have to
absolutely.
be on your best behavior. I mean that. Mama Eddie's watching you.
Yeah, honestly, for that, because I don't want to scare person off.
Yeah, this guy seems like, as weird as he seems kind of normy, and I think if he realizes that it's just going to be another, like, he's been on shows before, and he got laughed off and kicked off for his stuff, I think if he sees that it's just going to be people making fun of him, he's probably just going to leave.
Yeah. Oh, you can ask questions. Just, like, wait until halfway through, at least.
You can ask questions, we just may not ask him them. We will be curating the questions. Don't worry, we'll get a few
Larry.
meme questions in there.
Larry, if you can, like, somehow thinly frame all of your questions as anime references, that'll be fucking great. I believe in you,
That'd be-
Larry. You can do this.
Make
That'd be
every
fucking good.
question a JoJo's reference.
Every question in existence is already a JoJo's reference.
Yeah, but don't be so covert
Every-
about it.
Everything's a JoJo reference.
Life is a JoJo reference.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we kind of got off topic from that, but let's
No,
bring
that's
it
totally
back.
fine.
Let's bring it back to something kind of weird, but kind of interesting. And this is mostly going to apply to the U.S. Peoples of the world. Because fuck you,
wow.
we are the world. We are the world!
We are the world. Build a wall. Trump 2020.
I actually will not endorse that statement. So long as they don't re-endorse Hillary or endorse someone who will be equally as bad, like Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck is going on for all of the current people that are starting to run. I have not been paying attention. I've
been paying a little attention, but from what little I've heard of Kamala Harris, she's pretty much Hillary Clinton, California style.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You know what?
About this,
I'm gonna
not
say
there because we're trying to show.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just gonna say it.
Well,
quick.
okay.
My write-in candidate for 2020, AOC. Don't at me.
I think we need to remove her status.
Addie, we'll talk after the show.
No,
you know, if Chelsea Gabbard gets in, I may even consider voting Democrat. But that's only if I like what I'm seeing. So, we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the next subject, which is...
so hard to escape it.
I don't want to talk about politics.
I don't want to talk about politics either, but it's brief. Trump endorses permanent daylight savings time. That's what spawned this, everyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's such a short article. I mean, it's literally, that's the entire article. It's MSN. President Trump, on Monday, threw his support behind efforts to keep the United States permanently on daylight savings time, which took effect Sunday morning, to everyone's chagrin. Making daylight savings time permanent is okay with me, Trump tweeted. California and several other states are considering measures that would end the biannual clock changes between standard and daylight savings time. 3 GOP lawmakers from Florida introduced legislation in Congress this month that would end the November clock change from daylight savings time back to standard time. The measures, introduced by Senator Marco Rubio and Rick Scott and Rep. Vern Buchanan, would keep the country in daylight savings time. The clock change made in early March that is observed by most states for 8 months of the year. Rubio introduced a similar bill in 2018. That bill did not advance in the Senate. So, we can talk briefly about this. What's your opinion on time changes?
Who are you asking?
Yes.
They're useless. We're not an agrarian society anymore. The only reason why it was there was because you would wake up later during the winter to get your chores done so that you'd have some daylight.
All I'm going to say is that none of this is going to matter, given the context of our next article.
Yeah.
That's a fucking segue.
If that's a segue, then you're reading it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
Go for it, girl.
It honestly is the best one, if it's the one I think it is.
No, it's not. Solar-powered moisture harvester collects and cleans water from air. Go ahead.
I thought Addie was going to go with the time.
Nope.
I was gonna, but I'm not in charge of the thing, so fuck you, Rimshee.
Go ahead and read it, Addie.
I already had the other one queued up.
That's the one we're going with last, Addie. We keep talking about this time article. Everyone's like, is it good? Oh my god! Is it good?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay,
it sucks,
right.
Just like everything else we do. What the
Alright,
fuck is going on with my
article is
voice?
that if it's true, then it will be the first one that we do. So
Biotech, babe. I thought dicks were moisture harvesters.
ooh.
Ooh.
Also, Crab, I specifically said don't at me. And also, I'm glad you're taking me serious about the AOC thing because I'm super, super mega serious. She's the only way forward.
She is not. I would sooner
She
shoot
is.
myself
I
than
am
vote for
100%.
AOC.
You can't shoot yourself with your weird thumbhole stocks in California.
I
can't
don't
even get
have
your
a
hand
weird
around it.
thumbhole stock.
Do you want me to read this stupid fucking article or not? Didn't Thunderfoot, like, debunk this shit, like, 2 years ago?
No, that was Solar Roadways.
Solar freaking roadways!
That's why the title of this one is Solar Freaking Water.
Crab, I'm never joking. I'm always serious. I don't know why people think I'm, like, anyway. Solar-powered moisture harvester collects and cleans water from air. Wow. Access to clean water remains one of the biggest challenges facing humankind. Not me, I'm white and I live in America.
Not me, I'm black and I live in America. Proof, bitch!
Oh my god, you guys are triggering my stutter so bad.
Drink more alcohol.
I'm trying.
You know, white people live in Flint, Michigan, too, right?
Only the poor ones, they don't matter.
Oh, we're talking about Africa. Okay.
Anyway, access to clean water remains one of the biggest challenges facing some of humankind. A breakthrough by engineers at the University of Texas at Austin may offer a new solution through solar-powered technology that absorbs moisture from the air and returns it as clean, usable water. The breakthrough, described in a recent issue of the journal Advanced Materials, could be used in disaster situations, water crises, or poverty-stricken areas and developing countries, or in huge global super soaker battles. Oh god, I just made myself stutter there. The technology relies on hydrogels, gel polymer hybrid materials designed to be super sponges that can retain large amounts of water. The research team, led by a brown person in UT Austin's Cockrell School of Engineering, combined hydrogels that are both highly water absorbent and can release water upon heating. This unique combination has been successfully proved to work in humid and dry weather conditions and is crucial to enabling the production of clean, safe drinking water from the air. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. My throat is locking up right now.
Oh, I get you.
What?
I get you.
I don't know why I
What?
did that. Don't ask questions. Shut up!
What is happening on this show right now?
What isn't happening?
Okay. With an estimated 50,000 cubic kilometers of water contained in the kilometers of water contained in the atmosphere, this new system could tap into those reserves and potentially lead to small, inexpensive, and portable. Okay, sorry, I tripped because I thought they meant to say potable filtration systems, but okay. We have developed a completely passive system where all you need to do is leave the hydrogel outside and it will collect water, said Fei Zhao, a postdoctoral researcher on Yu's team and co-author of the study. The collected water will remain stored in the hydrogel until you expose it to sunlight. After about 5 minutes under natural sunlight, the water releases.
Okay, so
That's actually pretty fucking cool.
do you have to put it in a shaded spot then? I mean, I guess that does kind of make sense.
I mean, you could kind of do it the same way that people have been doing it using the sun for ages, where you take like a black plastic garbage bag and like hold it up over a bucket and funnel it down into the bucket and it collects on there. I assume you could just enclose the whole thing in black plastic garbage bag with just little openings for like the moisture to get in.
Well, that works slightly differently. The black plastic bag, you have to have some sort of dirty water, like urine or
Water or
nasty water from a river or swamp water or something like that. Something that's bound to be filled with biological shit. It's called a solar. What you're thinking of is called a solar still, and the heat causes it to evaporate, and it hits the plastic bag, and because you have a rock in the center, the beads roll down the plastic bag, collect at that point, and drip into the bucket. or the glass or whatever you have.
Man, whatever. I only know this because I watched The Voyage of the Mimi when I was in, like, 4th grade.
I know this because I've had to do it.
Oh, look at me. I had to go to survival training because I was in the military.
Oh, this has nothing to do with survival training.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier just to carry... It's more lightweight to carry things to filter water than it is to actually bring water.
Oh, no, it guaranteed is. When you go backpacking, it's absolutely lighter to bring a filter. Or even just iodine drops.
The question that I have about this stuff... obviously this is like a gateway into like a further exploration of the technology. This is like, okay, we've got this like new material we can use. Now how can we implement it to make larger like bodies of like drinkable water? But like with the like solar powered automatically refilling water bottle that Thunderfoot debunked like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, that was a different thing. Yeah.
Like on the subject of like bringing this with you instead of bringing water, would this be able to gather enough water that you could survive on it?
I don't know that it would.
I don't know that this is quite there yet, but I think the point is for it to get there. Like you could have like a water bottle with this shit in the bottom of it, and you can just leave it out like overnight.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It sounds interesting. I mean, there's something to be said, but in general, when you go backpacking, you bring. It depends on your method. When I went backpacking in Yosemite for the first time, the guides, because I was in fucking high school, or maybe I was a senior or a 8th grader. I don't remember. The guides brought iodine droplets to kill all the bacteria in the water. And that did its job fine. We grabbed water at every stream that we passed by. I actually was stupid and used a bladder, like a camelback bladder. And it was a pain in the ass to fill up in those smaller streams. Whereas if I had brought not only that, but also a water bottle of some sort, I could have filled it up more easily. But in reality, like some people, they'll just bring droplets of iodine. Some places you'll need something a little more robust. My brother, for 1 year, got me this platypus gravity filtration system where you fill up one side of the one bag with water. It's like a bladder, but you fill up one side with water, fill it up as much as you want, and you hang it in a tree. You attach a filter to it, and it drains through the filter into another bag, or through the filter into a tube that you can put in whatever cup or whatever you want, and you've got fresh water from that. And you can add on a carbon filtration system. Some people, like Baron right there, uses a filter with a hand pump.
Yeah, there's also the UV light stirrers that you can do.
Yeah, that stuff helps too, but that only kills bacteria inside. That doesn't necessarily get rid of sentiment or anything like that.
Yeah.
It really matters what your application is. You have to keep that in mind as you go.
My go-to is I always carry a life straw with me.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm out there. Because that's easy. You just fucking dip and suck.
You like to dip and suck, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Am I just a normie because I just bring a couple bottles of water with me? And
well,
then I'm like, oh no, it's hot.
If you're
it's hot
going,
and I'm almost out of water. I better go to 7-Eleven to get more water.
If you're going hiking, then yeah, having water bottles is fine because you're just dealing with water bottles.
But I used to do shit like I'd go out to the woods for like 2 weeks.
When I went to Yosemite, it was a 11-day trip. You can't carry enough water to supply you for 11 days and still be able to travel the distance we traveled. Because that would be the entirety of your pack. So you have to start out with water, but you have to know that you have that you'll find places to refill your water along the way. Like
Yeah.
Smart Peak said, hand pumps are good, but the reality is that what they're talking about is this could be effective in a place such as the Sahara. Yeah, it's fairly dry, but most of the water that the plants get is from the dew they collect in the night. So you could, in theory, create a big old silo with this this gel, and it would collect all the water, but you have it so that it's exposed to sun the entire day. And as a result, when it's exposed to sun, it releases its water. It drains into a funnel, and it collects into some sort of container. You've got a situation where during the night you collect the water. More specifically, in the morning you're collecting the water, and it really soaks into the spongy gel. And then in the morning you get a tank full of water that you know is clean and filtered.
Yeah, crab, there are small filters that you can put into a water bottle. They actually specially make ones. It's like the Life Straw, but the lid is the Life Straw, and you just fill up your bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I used to have one of those. It's kind of cool, but at the same time, it depends on your applications. And no, Smart Pig, as of right now, they do... oh, no, Y2K said this. No, as of right now, they do not come with droids. Besides, those were to translate for the moisture evaporators.
Oh, you know what? That just reminds me. Luke Skywalker was a moisture farmer.
Yeah. What do you think I'm referencing?
Yeah, we're gonna have moisture farmers now?
Nope, not yet. This technology actually has to become viable and implemented in the desert before we can do that.
All I know is that if I'm going somewhere where I need like 11 days worth of water, I'm bringing a fucking vehicle with me that has a sink in it.
You're such a basic bitch.
I'm not a basic bitch. I'm a shitload princess, alright? I have standards, and I don't play in the dirt.
The dirt is the only place to play.
No. It's not, no.
Don't ask questions. I will not answer.
No, Smart Pig. To get Bar to break somebody's legs, it's not a bribe. It's just payment.
No. Because payment implies that it was a transaction. He'll break someone's legs. You just happen to give him a gift.
That's fair.
Bio gets me. Bio gets me. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Love you.
No, I really want to pick up backpacking again. It was a lot of fun. My ankle feels up to it, and most importantly, I want to get into the woods with my rifle.
But yeah, like...
away from the Civil War.
all joking aside, I do go hiking every now and then, especially since I got back into the RC hobby. I'm one of those nerds with like a little like scale like off-road like rock crawler truck, and me and my buddies go out hiking on trails and climbing over rocks, and everyone looks at us because we're adults playing with toys. But yeah, no, we just bring like a couple bottles of water. But this is actually pretty rad tech.
What are you trying to say, Larry?
I mean, if you're black, then you just understand.
No, I get that he's making a black joke, but I don't stay at home. I'm bringing a fried chicken with me.
I'm sometimes worried that like my casual racism will get this channel deleted.
Are you kidding?
I've said worse things.
He said the actual N-word.
Oh dear.
Several
Lord.
times.
Wait.
Against my wishes.
Wait. But did he have a pass? Did he have the N-word pass?
He claims to have the...
I have it now. I didn't have it then.
can you retroactively apply it?
I know I sound whiter than Michael Jackson. Based on how I look, I wouldn't have guessed that I was black either.
Yeah. So the reason how I got the N-word pass was I was actually talking to this dude about that episode in particular that Rimshee's talking about. So he said it was fine. Yeah.
You just both went silent on him.
I know.
Gotcha. Well, that's because I'm
fucking
reading the
gotcha.
chat and they're just like, wait, Rimshee's black? Okay, it wasn't me. It wasn't everyone. It was just Smart Pig. Yes, like I said, I sound whiter than Michael Jackson because had I not taken the DNA test, I would have never guessed I had any black ancestry.
Yeah.
But it turns out it comes from my mom.
Oh.
All I'm gonna say is,
And maybe your real dad.
Oh, no. It like, the DNA is pretty spot on. If my parents aren't my parents, then god damn, my dad has a twin.
Rimshee, how tall are you?
Yes.
Doesn't answer my question.
I
How
talked
tall
about
are
this on Midweek. If you want to know how tall I am, watch Midweek.
you? I'm always fucking drunk during those. I'm not scrubbing through a VOD to catch how tall you are for a joke.
I was
Fuck
the
off.
last guest.
I can tell you how tall Rimshee is. Not very.
Okay, good. Good. That works. This works for the setup of my joke. Rimshee can now use the famous pickup line, "Hey baby, would you like a little?" No, I fucked it up. How does it go?
Would you like a
I
little
don't
black
know.
in ya? Or no. Hey baby, you got a little black in
How it
ya?
opens,
Yeah,
idiot.
that's exactly it.
That's literally
Would you
what
like
I
a
just
little-
did, and then you repeated it. You fucking retard.
Because you fucked my head up. No, it's, hey baby, do you have a little black in ya? No. Would you like some?
Listen.
I have a buddy who used to do
And,
that, being Italian.
Also, no, I will not do that. As also discussed on Midweek, I am in a serious relationship. I do not say things that potentially could get me in trouble.
YTK, I just
Oh,
want to
shit.
say,
Live on air.
before you give me any shit, Y2K, just keep in mind it's not very nice to make fun of the mentally handicapped. Okay, cut me some slack here.
That works for me. Tall guys give me a softie. Who the fuck said that, Smart Pig?
Oh my god.
I'm careful to keep it off air so that when she hears me say it, she's here, and I look at her and I laugh. Oh, maybe we should. How short is this one? I can't remember how short the waterfalls article is. Well, this one's almost done, but we're gonna skip it because we've kind of just discussed it and figured out what it says. Let's go briefly over waterfalls. Jables, you wanted to read this one?
Yeah, because it's stupid. Waterfalls can spring from rivers spontaneously.
No
erosion.
shit!
Holy shit!
Because that's not how rushing water works or anything.
My fucking mind. Are you telling me that new tributaries form due to erosion? No fucking
Larry
way.
Kubiak. Larry
Jesus,
Kubiak.
everything!
Oh, real waterfalls. Yes, we're not talking about Jillia. Jilly.
No, we are
Jillian.
not talking about Jeff's mistress. No.
No, Jeff's girlfriend no have place here.
The breathtaking waters that cascade off of steep cliffs may be self-made productions.
Oh dear lord, this whole article is going to be Jilly Juice.
wait.
Oh god. Every
Wait a
fucking
second.
sentence is going to be a Jilly Juice reference. Holy shit, I can't keep it in.
It was long thought that waterfalls need an outside force to form, such as an earthquake, landslide, or changes in sea level.
No fucking shit.
That molds the rocky edges of the water. Tumble. Ugh. Wow, that's just a poorly written paragraph. Never mind.
Good one, Larry. Good one.
Okay. But a new study suggests that a waterfall can form without any external influence. A river's own chaotic nature can mold the bedrock beneath it and spontaneously create a waterfall. Researchers reported yesterday, March 13th.
I don't like the way they said it can mold the bedrock beneath it. Like, that almost sounded kind of creationist.
Mm-hmm.
God molded the bedrock. Oh, so sensual.
Yeah.
I just came in my pants.
For one thing, I don't even know why this is an article. I thought this would have been common sense, especially with how we know the Grand Canyon was formed, but whatever.
Wait, hold up. Is this a satire science website?
Life science? No.
If this is a satire.
No.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Actually, maybe. Because aliens might shoot lasers at black holes to travel the galaxy. Space orbiter spots hairy blue spider on Mars.
Okay, maybe
Giant pandas. Facts about the charismatic black and white bears. When the new egg study means... what the new egg study means for the beloved breakfast food. The Great Exoplanet Bake-Off. Why NASA made an oven-fresh alien atmosphere in its... Okay, this may just be like... I fucking love science. Only dumb. I don't think that it's... that it's satire.
Guy, I don't know. I feel kind of like I got gotten.
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, because there's so much here that actually looks like it could be legit science. Either they're perfect pose, or it's legit.
Well, it also, keep in mind, it might be legit science that we've actually just found evidence for, but it's like a common sense thing that you can just link, yeah, probably happens.
Gotcha. Yeah, keep reading. We've got to get through this one quick, so go quick, and we'll go straight to the next one.
Oh, I can get through this real quick. To demonstrate this, a group of researchers first created a model of a river in a lab. They used material called polyurethane foam to model the natural bedrock of the waterfalls form over. This material is scalable to actual rocks, but erodes much faster. The foam was placed at a 20-degree downward tilt in a 24-foot long, 7.3 meter flume. Then the researchers turned on the stream, releasing sediment-filled water down the flume. And they found that under the pressure of the water and sediments, the once straight layer of rock began to erode unevenly and became wavy. Some parts of the bedrock didn't erode at all, creating crests, while others eroded sharply, creating steep hills. In other words, the bedrock began to look like a set of steps. In a little over 2 hours, water began to flow over the less eroded crests and cascade down the more eroded pockets. The scientists had their waterfalls. These lab-made waterfalls stuck around for about 20 minutes before the crest eroded away entirely. The researchers calculated that the lab-made waterfall's lifespan represented 10 to 10,000 years in a natural river's lifespan, according to the study. The authors concluded that some, but not all, waterfalls in nature might form spontaneously like their lab-made one did. And if they could figure out which waterfalls formed spontaneously and which had help, that could mold our understanding of how our landscapes formed throughout our planet's history.
Look, I'm just going to ask the question that's on everyone's mind. Can I put my dick in the waterfall?
Also, why not? It's just a tiny little waterfall.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right, we've got a short amount of time for this last article. Let's move straight into it, because this is the creme de la creme.
This is actually our first article.
Yeah. Scientists learn how to reverse time. In theory. For most of us, The closest we'll get to time travel is watching an episode of Doctor Who. A team of physicists from the Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, MIPT, however, have come closer than most. Using a quantum computer, they successfully simulated the reversal of time. Simulated, of course, is the key word. Lead author of the study, Gregory Lesovik of MIPT, told CNN that we're not really approaching the ability to actually reverse time, but it still could have important practical and theoretical ramifications. A team of physicists from MIPT, which also includes scientists from Switzerland and the US, looking into the possibility of violating the second law of thermodynamics, Levosky said in a press release. Pool balls returning to a triangle. The law indicates that the entropy or disorder of a closed system will always increase over time. In an analogy offered by the researchers, a rack of pool balls struck by a cue ball will scatter across the table, but rolling balls will not spontaneously return to the neat triangle where they started. That necessarily increases in entropy increase in entropy establishes the arrow of time, or the irreversible progression from the past to the future. The problem of the arrow of time, Levosky told CNN, is one of the most old, fundamental, and fascinating problems in physics. It is nothing but natural to try to reverse it, he said. According to Levosky, the findings of the study will ultimately allow scientists to resolve basically all the aspects of the arrow of time problem. They also have a practical application. They'll help improve future quantum computers, he said, as well as the operation of nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy technology, which is used in medical magnetic resonance imaging. Like running a video in reverse. What about the non-physicists among us, though? Does the study bring us any closer to Doctor Who-esque time travel? With or without a TARDIS? Animesh Datta, associate professor in theoretical physics at the University of Warwick, gave a direct answer after taking a look at the study. No. Datta called the study interesting, adding, "It is an example of the type of creative things one can simulate on a quantum computer." He offered an analogy to explain the findings. "You can compare this to running a video in reverse," he said. "It gives you the feeling of the world going backwards, but it's only a feeling. The world doesn't actually change." The Moscow researchers began with a quantum computer comprising 2 qubits, the basic element of quantum information. They observed the computer through 4 stages: order, the starting point, degradation, time reversal, and chaos. During the degradation phase, the researchers explained in a press release they launched an evolution program that resulted in the qubits morphing into an even more complex changing pattern of zeros and ones. In the time reversal phase, they ran a program that modified the quantum computer to evolve backwards, moving from chaos to order. In the final phase, the scientists relaunched the evolution program. Instead of degenerating into further chaos, the qubits were restored to their original states, returning, in effect, to the past. With 2 qubits, the quantum computer reverted to its original state 85% of the time. When a 3rd qubit was added, the success rate dropped to 50%.
This story became super boring when I found out that they basically just played Braid.
Yeah. Also, YTK and W in the chat. I know I'll never invent a time machine because Kurt Cobain's mom wasn't pushed down the stairs at her 2nd trimester. You really just hate Nirvana that much?
Why? I mean, let's
I mean, we gotta drop
I'm
dead
glad
point
Nirvana
here in a
ended.
few minutes, but why?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad Nirvana ended so we could get the Foo Fighters, even though they did promote like anti-fucking like HIV misinformation. Still the better band in my opinion. Fight me on it. I don't give a shit. I'll probably ignore all your
I
comments.
won't fight you on that. I really like the Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl's a beast. Yeah. Wow, you really fucking hate Nirvana. They were necessary. You have to at least give them that much.
Okay, look,
They
I
led
like
to the
Nirvana.
Foo Fighters.
I like Nirvana and I like grunge, but I'm with Y2K. They killed hair metal and that pissed me off.
But
yeah,
they
hair
led
metal
to
didn't even
they,
really
they
get
led
its time to shine.
They led
honestly.
to Foo Fighters, and that was that's the redeeming factor.
Although they weren't too bad. Miss Rimshee really loves Nirvana.
Yeah, also, like, because of Nirvana, we have one of the greatest conspiracy theories that a bunch of punk rockers are into. So,
One of the only conspiracy theories.
well, no, there's a lot of punk rockers into a lot of conspiracy theories, but the Kurt Cobain thing, that's some messy shit. And this is a guy that used to listen to InfoWars every day, was a sovereign citizen, and, I'm not gonna incriminate myself anymore in all of my shenanigans with conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to have a conversation later, Larry. Or Jables. I just called you Larry. Jables. God damn it.
God damn
Your
it, Larry!
conspiracy
You're
theory.
taking Jables' place. Jables, you're out.
Jables and Larry are the same person. Boom. That's out there now.
We already knew that.
Wait,
You think
who
I
are the
don't
same
know,
people?
my friend?
You already know who and who are the same person, don't you, Larry Jables?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's also Crab.
Yeah.
If I was Larry or Larry was me, wouldn't Larry have a wrench?
No.
Look how quickly he was like, if I.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the other fascinating
Fucking-
thing.
fucking exposed, dude.
Here's the other fascinating thing. I'm not sure how you're both being Addie and Jables and talking at the same time. I don't know how that works.
Oh, I kind of want to play along with this.
Well, we're pretty much at the end of the show.
Yeah, YouTube saying starts in 5 minutes. It's the end of the show.
Be there! Get a drink! Woohoo!
Donate-
Finger guns!
Okay,
Real quick, remember, everyone donate to everything that
Yes,
we linked
yes, pulling
before-
those back
before
up.
Christchurch.
Here's the first one. Give a little. givealittle.co.nz.
for
Forward
those of
slash
you that
cause,
showed up-
forward slash Christchurch, dash shooting, dash victims, dash fun.
Rimshee, slow the fuck down. Not everybody was here at the beginning of the show. Let me explain this real quick and lead into it. We have some charities for the victims of the recent atrocity down in the description. 2 different charities. Please do your part and donate. If you can't donate, just share the link. It honestly would just help. There's one more person that might see the link that wouldn't have seen it beforehand.
Here's the first one, which has been up on the screen for a while, and here's the second one, which will be up on the screen until we close out the show officially.
Also, there's a link to Magog's most recent video on it. I recommend looking into that, because I entirely agree with every sentiment that he brought into it. So,
Yeah.
if you want to know how I feel about the whole situation in entirety,
That's
You can
it
just
for
watch that
actually
video.
both of us.
yeah.
That's pretty much it right there.
I don't know about Addie.
Same, man. No, same. Absolutely the same.
Alright. Well,
So,
instead of
guys,
our...
next week at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check out the YouTube Saints. It starts in 3 minutes because they're starting early from now on.
Well, they're starting on time, but it's earlier than it was. As a
Yeah.
final thing, a reminder, donate to the victims. And with that,
Be sure to check out Locked and Loaded. Link in the description. And
donate to the
we're
victims.
going to do a crossover at some point and donate to the victims.
Donate
please.
to the victims. And we will close with...
Or share the links.
And we will close with donate to the victims. We won't even say goodbye, just donate to the victims.